Arizona's family starts with breaking news.
Officers there discovered a victim, later identified as Preston Lord, in the roadway, and officers administered life-saving efforts. Preston was transported to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Sadly, on Monday, October 30th, Preston passed away in the hospital.
Preston, William Lord, I love you with all my heart. You will forever be remembered. This hurts.
When I think about Preston and the family, I get angry, and I want justice. I want to get them closure. They will never have their son back in their life again, and that breaks my heart because I don't know if I could handle that with my own kids. Sorry. My biggest hope is that we don't ever see this again in this community.
Today, a grand jury has indicted 4 people in the murder of Preston Lord.
We have more to do. These 4 indictments are just the start.
And we start with breaking news tonight on a case that has rocked the East Valley for 4 months. A Maricopa County attorney announcing 4 people have been charged in the murder of 16-year-old Preston Lord.
Lord was beaten outside of a Halloween party in Queen Creek and died 2 days later. Police confirmed all the suspects are in jail tonight, and they have all been charged as adults. A grand jury indicted Dominic Turner, William Owen Hines, Talon Renner, and Talon Vigil on first-degree murder charges. They're also facing second-degree murder and kidnapping charges. Turner is facing an additional aggravated robbery charge.
We've got live team coverage for you tonight on the developments with crews across the East Valley and here in studio with us. Let's start with Casey Torres, who is at the Queen Creek Police News Conference tonight. Casey.
Well, just last week was the 4-month anniversary since the brutal beating of Preston Lord, and people there in the East Valley community gathered together to honor his memory and to continue pushing for justice. And before we heard the news from the Maricopa County attorney and the Queen Creek police chief, we saw a group of people outside these doors behind me wearing orange, which was Preston Lord's favorite color, all of them anxious to hear the news. And today we are told from the Maricopa County attorney and the Queen Creek police chief that 4 people have been indicted on felony murder and kidnapping charges, all of them in custody and all of them charged as adults. So I want to give you the names again of who those individuals are. We're talking about William Owen Hines, Talon Renner, Talon Vigil, and Dominic Turner. Now, into more detail, all 4 are facing first-degree murder and the alternative of second-degree murder. Turner is also facing aggravated robbery charges. We are told that Hines was already in custody, but the other 3 were arrested today and also in custody. Now, this has been a long process. So we heard from Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell saying that just in the beginning of last month, they've been working with the investigative grand jury that helped get more witnesses and interviews from them. What really got this case to move forward is receiving the medical examiner's report officially ruling Preston Lord's death as a homicide. We are told again that they have heard people saying that nothing was being done or they're moving slowly, but they still can't tell us everything that went behind the scenes, but say that this is actually moving faster than most murder cases. So let's hear what they both had to say.
Arrest warrants were issued after the grand jury handed up the indictments, and the Queen Creek Police Department made arrests of these defendants. What has happened here today is a massive step forward in the quest for justice for Preston Lord.
We're not done. We have more to do. These 4 indictments are just the start, and we're going to continue to work to finish up this case and bring a whole conclusion to what we're doing.
Now, our crews were in a Gilbert neighborhood as Queen Creek police and SWAT were outside of the home where one of the suspects lives. It's not clear if that suspect was arrested there today, but our crews did hear SWAT making announcements about an arrest warrant. And if you remember, in late December, the Queen Creek Police Department submitted recommendations for charges against 7 people, kids and adults. So there are other 3 people there. We weren't given more details into that investigation, but you heard Randy Bryce says that this is only the start and more arrests are to come. And also tomorrow we are hearing that there will be a vigil in honor of Preston Lord in Queen Creek, where that beating took place, to honor his memory. We're told that is going to be happening tomorrow at 5:30, and we'll be there to bring you what happens and how everyone is feeling about this announcement. We have heard from people here hoping that this brings some peace to his family. Reporting live in Queen Creek, Casey Torres, Arizona's Family.
So much community support for the Preston Lord and his family. Casey, thanks for that. And the lawyers for Preston Lord's parents released a statement tonight on their behalf saying, quote, "We extend heartfelt gratitude to the community members who stepped up to provide information to secure these arrests. But for law enforcement's collective efforts and community members' invaluable cooperation, these arrests would not have happened. Each arrest represents a step towards accountability and justice for our son, Preston." Now, about an hour after the county attorney announced charges for this case in Queen Creek, police in Gilbert held a briefing of their own to lay out their department's past contacts with these suspects.
Stephen Sarabia was there. And Stephen, what did Gilbert police have to say about this?
Yeah, Yetta and Derek, this press conference was very brief. It started out as sort of a brief recap of what happened, those arrests, and then the chief talked about their department's interactions with those four that were arrested. So first up, we have William Owen Hines. The Gilbert police chief said that he currently has 3 pending aggravated assault cases out of their department. Then we have Dominic Turner, who has no prior arrests, but was involved in a crash last year. Now, he would not identify the other 2 juveniles arrested, but did say one of the juveniles has 3 prior arrests, including minor in possession and shoplifting, and the other juvenile has 2 previous arrests, one for assault and the other for reckless driving. Now, after discussing these interactions, I asked the chief about the group known as the Gilbert Goons, though at this time he would not confirm if these people are part of that group.
Our gang investigation into Gilbert Goons is still ongoing. It's an active investigation, so I cannot comment on Queen Creek's case or any involvement, but our gang investigation is still active and ongoing.
He also wouldn't comment on if they were ready yet to classify this group as a gang. Live in Gilbert, I'm Stephen Sarabia for Arizona's Family.
Stephen, thanks. And Stephen mentioned one of the 4 suspects, William Hines, is facing charges in other teen violence cases, and Michael is here with more on those.
Yeah, so we have more on this 18-year-old here. William Owen Hines. He is the only one charged tonight for Preston Lord's death, who's also been charged for other crimes relating to teen violence. He was previously arrested on January 31st for 2 different assaults in the East Valley. One of them happened back on December of 2022 at a Gilbert In-N-Out. The second was the month before outside of a home near Higley and Riggs Roads. Hines was charged with aggravated assault in both of those cases. He's also facing charges for a 4th incident unrelated to teen violence, where police say he hurt somebody with a car last summer. Now, police haven't said if there's any direct connection between all of these teen violence cases, but Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell says the arrests and indictments are thanks to a call to action that really happened after Preston Lord's death.
We have charged 13 adults and 7 juveniles for a total of 20. The adults have been charged cumulatively with 40 counts, juveniles with 14 counts, for a total of 54 charges.
And yeah, those 54 charges all coming after Lord's death. The East Valley community really calling for an action to these ongoing problems of teen violence. So again, County Attorney Rachel Mitchell and the Queen Creek Police Chief both emphasizing their work is not done on these cases. We'll be sure to keep an eye on more developments and let you know as soon as they come in. I know our true crime team with Brianna Whitney is certainly going to be staying on top of this, also releasing a podcast tomorrow with more of these details.
Now, let's hope police continue to get more information to bring closure to the family and to close these cases.
Absolutely.
All right, Michael, thank you. And obviously there's a lot to keep track of in these teen violence cases, so just download our news app. There is a teen violence section for you, as well as a timeline of the incidents and all of the arrests. It's also on our website, azfamily.com. Hi, Sean.